I couldn't help but wonder earlier why I keep focusing on my yellow paper, because usually I look around the room and find a different color or some pretty fabric when I'm doing one of my blogs. But I just stopped for a few minutes to read the news, and apparently in somewhere in Deutschland overseas, they're having, I guess, a Santa Claus parade today, and there was some uproar about Black Pete showing up. It's the Yellow Crate Cheese Company or something was supporting this particular parade. I just read through it, I guess, a couple of times, but it always takes a few more turns to, a few more scans of the newspaper article to get the whole story. I wasn't sure if it was some sort of a racist thing or not, but apparently Santa was there and Black Pete showed up. But from what I was reading, Black Pete in this particular country was the figure who showed up with a bag and some sort of a stick or something to put naughty children in the bag, or particularly difficult children in the bag or something. And I don't know if there was a reference to, being judged by Santa being Saint Nick and Black Pete being something probably higher in the religious hierarchy, which would have darker skin. It may have just, sometimes these things occur and they're not meant to be mean when they occur originally among people who still understand religion and such. But anyway, there was an uproar. But then as I read further down in the article, most of the children in the crowd had their faces painted black as if they were Black Pete. So I stopped for a minute and I thought, my goodness, I hope that doesn't mean that most of the children there are prejudiced. But the more I read about it, it looked like they were celebrating Black Pete as a character and asking, because apparently there's some uproar that he should be white now and people should stop coloring their faces to recognize him, even if you're a white person, as existing in their traditional Christmas folklore, which may or may not be good, but I guess you can put a good spin on anything to try and take away any negative connotation. And most things, back years and years ago, I don't think would have had a bad connotation, or were supposed to. But when you think about if children painting themselves as Black Pete, this this man who comes around and puts naughty children in a bag, I guess one way they could be putting themselves in jeopardy, or they could be sort of allying with the bad guy, which is sad. But I wonder sometimes if children do that, because if you ally with the bad guy, sadly, you get behind the bad guy and you're not the one who gets hurt as quickly, or you are led to think that until they take what they want from you anyway. But then there is also the other side of the coin, is children. Judging other children are harsher than adults sometimes can be, at least nice adults or socialized adults, or adults who understand children as being young and not being responsible for many of the things that happen to them or happen around them or happen through them. And they might themselves, sadly, if given a chance to be Black Pete, be harder on other children, which is also scary if we allow children to make decisions for adults or in adult situations that affect other people. But I guess in countries that has happened too, when they've allowed very young people to rule. The article just is going to require several more readings, because oh my goodness, what a horrible, horrible, horrible mess I've just opened there.